I starred in the first all-talking picture, Mississippi Melody. I've been on the silent screen for 7 years. And I've worked with Wallace Beery, Buster Keaton, C. Aubrey Smith, and many others. My career was going great guns when suddenly something happened. Overnight, I hit the skid, so to speak. They seemed to feel that there was something wrong with my voice. Absolutely asinine. There wasn't a thing the matter with my voice. It was studio politics. That's what it was. I just wouldn't play ball with the producer. And I told him so in no uncertain terms. Now, when I watch all the old movies on TV, I say to myself, Cecilia, old girl, with your looks and talent, you could have been one of the greatest stars today if you'd only been able to keep your big mouth shut. Well, you must forgive me, but after all this time, I am still in love with the Broadway musical Hello, Dolly. Now, is that what you wanted to hear, sir? Or did you have something else in mind? You never noticed me and let you know what to do. So, all right. Well, anyway, so the part that haunts me the most is after, see, Dolly, with all the comedy, and as funny as she was, and obnoxious and aggravating, and I thought she was hilarious, and I thought she was a cross between Lyndon Johnson, Sophie Tucker, and Mary Baker Eddy. That's what I thought. I just combined the three and put them together. And, she was wonderful. But anyway, underneath all the comedy, she was widowed. She was eking out an existence. She was lonely, and she was talking more and more to her dead husband, Ephraim. So she made up her mind that she was going to, she made up her mind that she was going to stop all this, and we'll have to put it, where will I put it on the drums? Oh, here I'll put it. Yes, thank you. Yes, and she was going to stop all this, and she was going to rejoin the human race, which is the key to the whole of Hello, Dolly, and I found it in a soliloquy. This soliloquy, I found it hidden in there. I asked Thornton Wilder, who wrote one of our great American playwrights, who wrote the original Matchmaker, and he said, yes, I guess that is what it is. It's the key to the whole show is every character wants to rejoin the human race. She's going to get Cornelius and Barnaby out of that basement, and they'll rejoin the human race. She's going to get Mrs. Malloy out of that hat shop, and she'll rejoin the human race. And Dolly's going to do it, and that's what created the most wonderful production number. But anyway, she's going to stop this, and this was her last talk with her dead husband. Ephraim, let me go. It's been long enough, Ephraim. Every evening for all these years, I've locked the door, I've put out the cat, I've made myself a little rum toddy before I went to bed, and I said a prayer thanking God that I was independent, that no one else's life was mixed up with mine. And then one night, an oak leaf fell out of my Bible. I placed it there when you asked me to marry you, Ephraim. A perfectly good oak leaf, but without color and without life. And I suddenly realized that I was like that leaf. For years I had not shed one tear, nor had I been filled with the wonderful hope that something or other would turn out well. And so I have decided to rejoin the human race. And Ephraim, I want you to give me away. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get in step while there's still time left. Before the parade passes by, before it all moves on and only I'm left. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life with the rest of them, with the best of them. I can hold my head up high, for I've got a goal again. I've got to drive again. I'm gonna feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. Well, this next song became my second battle hymn of the Republic. Stairs. It's so nice to be back home where I belong. You will be brighter than the good old days. Now, I was Dolly, so I can't very well sing Hello, Dolly to myself. So could you help me out, and you sing the first chorus. Those that don't remember, just la, la, la. Hello, Dolly, well, hello, Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly, I can tell. Dolly, you're still growing, you're still growing, you're still growing. Stop, I'll take over. Skirt. I hear the eyes see the light, and I still get that wow, 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 fellas. Look at the old girl now, fellas. Dolly, you'll never go away. I promise I'll never go away. Dolly, you'll never go away. Ah, yeah. Marvelous. Oh, and
You were pretty good too, kid.
oh, you were pretty good too, kid. What do you think? I like Newport Rich. I'm coming back. Well, I well, I must. You've been so good to me that I'd like to tell you something personal. 2.5 years ago, well, it'll be 3, May the 10th, I got married. You know all about it. Well, it seems that, Harry and I met when I was 12 and he was 13. And we went steady together in the 7th and 8th grades, something like that. I don't know, maybe it was longer. But he was the leader of the school band, and I never got off the school auditorium stage, and we became. We were just very close. And so I thought he was the most beautiful thing I ever did see. I thought, well, he looked biblical. Like Moses sitting on Mount Sinai, eating a fig. He just, or you know that sweet camel smile, the camels in the Gobi Desert. He had that, and I just couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop hugging and kissing him, and because I thought, and he was so. I didn't know what it might lead to at 12 years old, and he didn't either at 13. So, but now they do. But we didn't. And we put all our energy into these wonderful shows. And so I decided at one point that I wanted to, he was really marvelous, you know. He was our star soccer player, and we won the medal, our soccer team, but all on account of Harry. And then the governor gave him a plaque for the long jump. They changed it from the broad jump because of those unfortunate jokes. But he won it, whatever they call it. And I wanted to run for vice president, so I needed a campaign song. And I said, Harry, can you and the band and can we, so we worked out a campaign song. Harry, I don't know where you are, you're probably buried. So well, anyway, can you come up here and sing the yeah, oh, would you like to see him? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's there. This is Harry. Yeah.
I'm the camel from the Gobi Desert. Well, as Carol said, we were well, you didn't say we were Baptist Junior High School. Yeah, we were Baptist Junior High School in San Francisco. This is in 1933. And I went to, well, anyway, I had a little orchestra playing in the school cafeteria, and Carol approached me and said, would you dance with me? And I said, no, I don't dance, I don't know how to dance. So I'll teach you. I still don't know how to dance. You'll see that in just a few moments. But the amazing thing happened. I went to school, when I left the 9th grade, rather, I went to school in Long Beach, California. Carol went to Lowell High School in San Francisco, and I hadn't seen her in 70 years until just a few years ago.
You had a beautiful 60-year marriage. Harry had a beautiful 60-year marriage. I had a miserable 42-year marriage.
I just had my 86th birthday. Carol's going to be 85 at the end of this month. Why don't we sing happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. Well, Carol approached me for more than just a dance. She wanted a campaign song. She was running for vice president. And so we did put a few words together, and it's not very novel, but maybe you'll enjoy it. I don't know. Go ahead. Shall we go, Carol?
Yes, you're the leader.
We want Carol. We want Carol.
When I'm vice president, we'll all leave school at 12 o'clock. When I'm vice president,
We want Carol. We want Carol.
we won't remember the other 7. We had verse after verse until the whole student body had joined in, and we won by a landslide. Oh, the other girl got 2 votes. She was a snob. And then we had a slogan.
Yeah.
We worked out a slogan. The whole band, it took all of us, forever, and Harry. And if Carol's your vice, it's a virtue. We thought it was terrific.
Carol wrote a book, just like you, I guess. It's out of print now. It was published a few years ago. And in it, she
Don't
wrote.
try to buy my book. It's as disorganized as this hat.
But in any case, she wrote a few words about me. You know, that was our first love. And
Well, everyone writes about her first love, you know, so I thought, oh, well, I better do it. I mean, and I wrote freely and grandly because I was sure he had to be dead. Well, he's a year older than I am. He had to be.
well, we had a mutual friend in California, mutual friend, read the book, called me up and said, Harry, I've got her phone number and her birthday will be the end of this month. That was January 31st of 2003. And why don't you give her a call? I said, Merv, you know, she wouldn't remember me. I mean, she's a celebrity and all of these things, you know. I'm just a little farm kid from Modesto, California. Oh my goodness, Merv. And he said,
He's
no,
vice
call her.
mayor of Modesto. He's not just a little owns Merv told me he was his business partner. What
That is an exaggeration, believe me. But in any case, Carol ended the conversation by saying, well, when can we see each other again? I said, how about tomorrow? But when I saw her approach, and you know, the gray hair, I had the gray hair, and I took one look at her and I said, that's my girl. I'm going to marry this one. 2 weeks later, I proposed, and here we are, 2.5 years married, Carol.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Before I get off the stage, forgive me. I have to say this because I think it's so irrelevant and so relevant. Carol is, you know, in the song Dolly will never go away again. Dolly has embarked on a new career in California. There are 23 campuses of the California State University. And Carol has volunteered to perform and to teach and to establish scholarships in every university campus in that state. In about 10 days, we're going to do our second university. And the reason we feel it's so important is that, and I've explained this to the chancellor of the university, they have 409,000 students, 40,000 employees, and a $5 billion budget, and nothing for the arts. And I said to the chancellor, I said, Chancellor, we're willing to volunteer to do this with several provisions that you would allow us to have. And I said, you know, television today and motion pictures today is not all the arts. That's part of it, and then maybe a major source of it. But there are so many things that we need our children to see and to be exposed to so they can make selections, what they like. And they're not getting that in California, where so much of our arts, so-called, are being produced. But in any case, I just had to share that with you. So, Bruce, would you be so good as to do our next song, which is T for Two, A Soft Shoe by George Burns.
he said, there's somebody out there that's even more so than you. And he liked her.